Awesome. Thanks, Benji. All right. So as you know, um, Chai was very pregnant. She started having contractions early this morning. They were off and on throughout the day. Nothing that was too forceful. But by evening, she still hadn't produced any kittens, and I was getting concerned by the fact that, she was having these contractions and pushing and not producing any kittens. So we sent her to the ER. The ER decided that a C-section was in her best interest. They only found one kitten heartbeat when they were listening for them, and so we weren't sure what we were going to find. And we just got the call that she's out of surgery, and they have 6 babies who are alive. The surgery went well. Her C-section went well. She is just recovering from anesthesia right now. The 6 babies are being taken care of, and it's like the best news we could have gotten. Chai is doing well. The babies are doing well. It's incredible. The best news we could have gotten. And so at about midnight, we're going to pick her up and bring her back to Jima's. I don't have all of the information as far as, is she allowed to nurse right away? I don't know exactly all those things. We'll find out at discharge, sort of if she'll be on any medication. I don't have any of that information right now. We just know that she and 6 babies are doing well, and they'll be back here, maybe 12:30 or so. They'll be back here. We took her to the vet in the nest, so that's why there's no nest in here, but she will have the nest set up in here with the babies in it. There isn't really much else in this room, so I don't, hopefully she'll stay in the nest with the babies and not try to move them. But that is my update. So thank you all so much for sticking around. I know this has been a very long day, been a bit of a roller coaster going up and down with what's happening with her. But everything turned out wonderfully. So, and I want to especially thank you guys for donating towards her C-section. We were quoted somewhere between $3,000 to $5,000 for the surgery. So I don't have an exact number right now, but much appreciated the donations that have come. And if you are able to give towards her surgery, I'm very grateful for that, because it's definitely a huge expense. I just want to say too that we are, as an organization, prepared for emergencies. When we take in a pregnant mom cat, we know that there are risks, and some of those things can involve a C-section, which is extremely expensive, very risky, doesn't always have a great outcome. And of course, when the babies are raised, we always spay and neuter the mom and all of the babies before they're adopted. I think that is the most responsible thing that we can do. We're prepared to bottle feed if necessary. Around the clock, newborns that have to be fed every 2 hours, we're prepared to do that. There's so many things that can come up, and I say that because sometimes people, their cats get pregnant either intentionally or accidentally, and they think, oh, I'll just let my cat have kittens and then, get her fixed afterwards. And I just want to stress that things can go terribly wrong. And it gets very expensive very fast. And so KKP is prepared to provide that level of care, but an ordinary person is not usually going to be able to afford to just drop $5,000 for a C-section or be able to feed 6 babies every 2 hours around the clock. That most people are not able to do that. And so if you're not prepared for that, please don't let your cat have kittens. Have them spayed. It's just not a responsible or even kind thing to do. But I see it so often where something happens and then, an owner is freaking out because they can't afford the vet care. And it's just very, very irresponsible. So I know that most people watching don't need to hear this, and most people watching, you are all advocates for spay and neuter. But I will say that every time that we have a pregnant mom, I do see people either in chat or on Facebook make comments like, my cat's pregnant too. And that kills me. I cannot stand hearing that kind of thing because I imagine these kinds of scenarios happening, and I know that they're not equipped to handle them. And so if you're watching and you have a pregnant mom or you have an unspayed cat, please, please, please recognize what a huge responsibility it is and what kind of emergencies can occur. So thanks for listening to my soapbox. So I'll leave it on good news. We'll welcome Chai and her babies back, and they'll be on this cam. I think I'm going to put another notice up, a text box up, just for people who are tuning in. They can at least see that we got good news. All right. So thank you all for listening, and we will put this back here for now. All right. I'm also I'm gonna clip this as well, just so that anybody who is waiting for an update can get that. All right, let's do the text first.